Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today, let's ask the question, are apps being ruined by too many ads? Alright, so today I want to talk about a comment we got in on episode 510 from Audible. So episode 510 is the one where I talked about the free app sales funnel. If you hadn't seen it, I had the sales funnel and I talked about how you have the top tier where people discover your app through search, and then they come in and view your Play Store page, and then they download the application, and then you can serve them ads or have purchases afterwards. I had purchases at the bottom, ads just above that. And I think I made the comment that if someone's not going to purchase your app, you might as well have some ads so you can make some revenue there, because a lot of my revenue, in fact most of my revenue from passive sources comes from ads, right? And a lot of people in the comments agreed with that, and a lot of people disagreed, and we had a lot of really good discussion there. Some people saying they would never put ads in their applications, which made me feel kind of like sleazy actually. But yeah, but there was this really good comment here from Audible who says this, and I want to read it in its entirety. It's a bit long, so bear with me. Audible says, personally, and I might be a bit of a starving artist slash philosopher here, I think that if your app does not have enough purchases, you should make something which is worth paying for rather than ruining your app with ads. The one app I had the most revenue from, there was no ads and a relatively generous free version. Build sympathy and trust rather than forcing people to buy or annoy them with ads. Take some pride in your work. The things you mentioned in the video are exactly what is ruining the Play Store and possibly the Apple side too, and are demotivating people from downloading apps at all. At work, we made a guided tour app for a museum. Lately, they have been telling us that people have become very skeptical of downloading an app. No wonder, so have I. In too many cases, they function as a spam delivery tool, spyware, or have other malicious features. I think we as an industry must step up our game and regain the trust of the public. I am not without sin, so I shall not cast the first stone, but from now on there will be no more ads in my new apps, and I will remove them from existing ones shortly. Audible. So really good comment, and like I said, it made me feel a bit sleazy for saying that I have ads, because the reality is the majority of my revenue is made from ad revenue, as I said. So and it's a really good point. I think if you can make money with your applications without having any ads at all, you should, right? That's the purest way. I think none of the applications that we've ever done I've thought in my head, how could we deliver ads? Let's produce something that we could deliver ads to people. It was more, let's build a product, and then how are we going to monetize it? How we're going to monetize it is almost always an afterthought. And even with clients, we have clients call up and they'll say they have this idea, we'll discuss the idea, and then I'll say at some point in the meeting, are you going to monetize this in any way? And they'll go, oh yeah, what do you recommend? And if I say ads, more often than not they say no, they won't have ads in their application, which is cool. It's honorable. I can't argue with that in any way, right? And I think about it a lot like the newspaper industry, or like the online news. So you know when you read a news article on the web, and you know when the article is written for the article's sake and to deliver information and to inform or entertain or whatever, and they add advertisements to it to generate revenue, and when the advertisements are the source, like it's almost like the content doesn't matter, but the headline, the clickbait, just getting people in to see ads. So I think ads are, like you said, they're ruining the Play Store, but they're also ruining the web. And maybe, and I think that's probably very true. But however, in my mind, and again, you guys could disagree with me on this, in my mind, it allows us to produce a free application and give it to people, right? And and banner ads aren't so bad, interstitials are worse, and the goal of your application should not be to deliver ads, and we're seeing that a lot more lately. So I totally get what you're saying, and this big mea culpa here. Yeah, the majority of my revenue comes from ads. We do have purchases. I always think about Hollywood. I talk about Hollywood a lot, or the television industry or whatever. Television television shows are created by people who are artistic, and they're trying to produce something that they really hope that people will like. And then you have the business side thinking, they come in and say, okay, where can we put the advertisements in that so we can make some money from it, right? And it's like two competing things. And when it's you doing both sides of it, yeah, which side wins out? And I think it's good if you don't have ads in it. But for me, it's just, in my experience, every time we try to release something without any ads in there, first of all, it didn't motivate people to make in-app purchases. I think having ads is a way, even if you're not making money from them, they could take off, and you would, but it also it shows to the users that actually you're using the free version. You can easily remove these ads by paying for it or adding extra features. And adding extra features works way better than remove ads. If you have an in-app purchase that says remove ads, those hardly ever work, but you could be entirely right. So maybe I'm a bit sleazy in that way. So let's put this out there, because I know a lot of guys out there, a lot of you guys, you have ads in your applications and you might not be making any money from them, so you might be thinking, why even have it? So let's ask, who out there does not use ads at all, right? You're just going entirely off purchases and in-app purchases, and is that working well for you? I mean, you wouldn't really know if you're not doing ads. And who's using ads instead of in-app purchases? Because I think this is a really good point. And yeah, maybe ads are ruining the Play Store, and it's something I hadn't really thought a lot about before. So maybe it is a case, and it's not so much, like I think our apps are okay, but you're right, it is that mentality. Maybe it's that mentality that's ruining it for everybody else, because there are people out there who are just thinking, how do we make money from AdMob? We need to make money from an app. Now let's do an app. And there's other people saying, hey, we need to make this app because it would be really good for people. Then how do we monetize it? So I'm all over the place here, but I hope you guys know what I mean. Let me know in the comments, what do you think is the best way? Are you totally opposed to ads? Because in my mind, nobody likes ads. The only people who like ads are advertisers and people who make money from the clicks, right? And but users don't. So anyway, that is it for today. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.